It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to The Local Show. It's the 2023 Summer Edition. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. The Local Show features conversations about local businesses. We talk to the business owners, the CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. We learn how they got into business and why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, where their businesses might be going in the future. That's an interesting conversation, and you're going to hear all about their successes, their challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. Happy weekend to Steve Roberts. How are you there, buddy?
Happy weekend to you, Tom. You doing all right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I failed the cognitive test, I think, over at Dr. Barry's office.
So tell me what happened.
He had a couple of questions, because he looks at you holistically. What are you eating? What's the last meal you had that was good? What's the last meal you had bad? All that kind of stuff. So he did a quick little thing. And he hands me a piece of paper and says, "All right, let's talk about your memory." Kind of a little memory check. Yeah. So he gives you like 3 words, and then after he gives you the 3 words, he starts talking to you about random stuff, and then has you put a clock face down, and he says, "Make this 11:10." See, I remember what.
Now you know, right?
But an analog clock, so you have to put the big hand where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you think I could remember where the big hand or the little hand? I'm looking at it, going, "Wait a second, he's got me here." So then he says, "Okay, now write down the 3 words," and I could only remember 2 out of the 3 words.
You know what? So the spatial thing, and years ago I had a head injury, right?
Yes.
And I had the spatial testing, like round peg, square hole.
Oh, okay.
Forget about it. Like,
really?
Here, put this 4-piece. There's not a spatial. And I was never great at that, but the spatial thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great, they're not going to let me leave. So yeah, that's fine. All I say is, Tom, look at the calendar. That's all I just. You're like, I didn't know we were. If you look at the calendar, things get better.
So all the way home, I thought,
we still love you. And hate you.
No good. I'm damaged goods. But the beauty of it is, we talked to 8 people that are not damaged goods.
There we go.
They're a lot brighter.
So
than
who's
us.
on the show today, Tom?
Abel Ramirez. He is the new owner of Bayberry Uniform. Sharif Anil Bey is the owner of Syracuse Kung Fu. And then Neil Carr will stop by, Vice President of Prime Heating and Air. Jared Schoonmaker is the managing partner of iSmash. Isn't that interesting?
Sounds like your cup of tea, Tom.
Yeah, wait do you hear about that? And Christina Kohler is part of Onondaga Grown, and she's also an egg processing manager at Hudson Egg Farms. Jerome Snyder, owner of Pestmaster Services, will grace us with his presence. Marty Richardson is the owner of Nesticos 2 and the Rise and Grind Cafe in Chelsea's restaurant and bar. Matt Mallory, owner of Mallory Unlimited and the, EP and G and B and I don't know, there's a bunch of
we just call him the gun
education, the gun guy.
The gun guy,
We'll talk with him. So right now we say hearty, healthy good morning to Abel Ramirez. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. How are you, Tom?
Very good, very good. So you look like a young man, and of course, everybody's younger than us. Tell us, where'd you come from and how'd you get into this business?
Yes, so I come from the real estate industry, and I got into business because I've always been a dreamer. I always wanted to have my own thing and live a legacy that could last beyond my lifetime.
Right.
So that's why I got into business.
Okay.
Yep.
And are you from Syracuse originally, or?
No, I'm originally from Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I moved here about 12 years ago. And went to school here.
Syracuse University or Lemoyne, or where'd you go to school?
OCC.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Great. We have friends at OCC.
Oh,
we both graduated from OCC, so there.
Absolutely.
So
well,
how did the opportunity to own Bayberry Uniform happen?
It's funny because I was working as an engineer at TTM, and through a mutual connection, I learned about Frank, who was the previous owner.
Sure, we know Frank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was a great opportunity because he wanted to retire. He's been on business for long time, right? He wants
Yes.
to take care of relatives, and eventually everybody wants to retire, right?
Sure.
You know, you can't work your whole
You
life.
hope, right?
So I learned about the opportunity. I fell in love with his business, the people, and it just magically
Interesting.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you like about the business? So we think Bayberry uniform, we think, well, it must just be for nurses. Is that wrong?
Yes, it is wrong.
Tell me about the business.
Yeah, so Bayberry Uniform provides for not only nurses, but to schools, corporate wear, chef wear. We do embroidery, which is a big part of the business that I'm trying to grow right now.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, that is separate from just uniforms, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get your Zoey advertisement on a hat or on a piece of clothing, you know, we can do that. So that is another aspect of the business at Bayberry Uniform.
Gotcha. So is Ricky Ricardo like really popular still over in Cuba?
He is. Yeah, anything that,
How can he not be?
yeah, I think that was an obvious question.
Right. I didn't know, you know?
He was popular with my family. We loved him. I don't know.
And how is the weather different from Cuba and Syracuse?
Well, you know, we have 2 seasons here, right? It's winter and construction.
Yes.
In Cuba, it's hot all year long.
Is it all
It's
the time?
beautiful, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like going back in time like 60 years and you have all the old Chevys and Fords.
Oh, really? Still?
Oh,
huh?
yeah, they're running. I mean, it's like it's a time machine. You go down there, the structure hasn't changed.
Interesting. Do you get down there or get back to Cuba much? Or?
Not at all. I
Oh.
think I haven't been there in at least 11 years. I went back once and
You're good.
I'm good.
So at Bayberry Uniform, which is in Bayberry, Bayberry Plaza, are most of your customers individuals, or do you deal directly with businesses or healthcare organizations, or who comes in there?
It's a good combination. I think we get a little bit of both. We get groups from obviously the biggest names in hospitals, but we do get individuals too that walk in. They need an extra scrub, or you know, they want to get something embroidered.
Right.
You know, it's a big combination.
Maybe I missed it. How long have you owned it? So.
About a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's wow.
It's very fresh, right?
Very
yeah,
fresh.
that's really
do you
fresh.
sell shoes that would fit Tom?
I believe
I'm
so. Yeah,
small
I could
shoes.
probably special order those. Yeah.
But our shoes have got to be a thing, right? Or no?
Yeah, so shoes is a big
Yes.
thing too, because if you're on your feet all day, you know,
Right.
compression socks and special
No
shoes.
kidding. So you have the compression socks?
Yep.
Because I need those for my, you know, because I'm old and dying.
Yeah.
We all need them. If you're standing for long periods of time, you should
need-
get compression
you should
socks
have-
and good shoes for that.
If you're on YouTube, you can see Tom right now. He's showing off his legs. Made you look.
Best part of the show.
It's good to find a place that has a good variety of the compression socks, because you can't find them everywhere.
Right.
You know, and you want them to fit good. Are Crocs really popular?
They are. I don't know why. I never understood.
Ugly things.
People
Yeah.
like those things. It must be because they're comfortable, but I don't get it. You know, hey,
love
I'm in
that.
business to be in business, so if that's what customers want,
You'll
sure.
sell it to 'em,
You'll
right?
sell it.
So when are you open?
We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the Kraus location, we're open Tuesdays to Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Where's the Kraus location?
It's right in between the Kraus Hospital and it's 742 South Kraus Ave.
Okay.
So it's a little store. It's right there. I mean, I get nurses walking by all the time.
So is it on that alley, that pathway?
yeah,
that goes
it's on the pathway.
I know where
So
that is.
You know where that is?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I've seen
hidden.
that.
You have
Yeah.
to know where it is, otherwise you won't see it.
Tom, that used to lead to Zorba's Pizza. If anybody's old enough,
yes,
remember
I do
Zorba's?
remember Zorba's.
Ah, I used to go to Zorba's to get a anyway.
Very good.
So we know where we are. So Bayberry, and then up there by the hospital.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you're a charming young lad, and we'd love to have you on again. So let's keep in touch, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Everybody go visit Abel Ramirez over there at Bayberry Uniform, and he'll help you out. Thank you so much. You have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Sharif Anil Bey is the owner of Syracuse Kung Fu. He's going to come here and karate chop you.
I'm sure I have it coming.
Coming up next on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.